One of the individuals who's been with us for 12 or 13 years is Christy Augustine, who's our COO. And
She's awesome.
she was there in the days you were there. And she's like a mirror image in a lot of ways. Like, I am the person who comes up with the ideas, the vision, the direction. I am the person who can go sell. I'm the person who can go communicate that. But I am not the person who can go make all of that happen in the details. And her ability to take one of the goals that we agree on and operationalize that through a team is, in my mind, one of her special skills. And you need a level of operational rigor to make that happen that I value that I don't have. So that's an example. And that's true of, by the way, not every executive is you actually need places of intersection so that you enjoy working together. And then you need complementary parts of the skill set so that you can round out the full puzzle. And I have that in all of the leaders that I have. If I take our CFO, you know, same thing. There's a lot we have in common about how we look at the world, but there's a lot he offers in terms of running the business that he does better than I ever could. And I just let him do it.
Is there something in you? This might just be a personality thing, and I don't want to go into politics. But Obama once said he wants to create a team of rivals. We have a current president that has a bunch of people that are saying yes. Is there something within you and within certain leaders that says, I'm not going to worry about, one of my executives being smarter than me or having a better operational style? Like, how do you put that ego to the side? Or is it just a personality thing to get the best person versus getting somebody that's not going to make you feel scared or insecure, whatever that might be?
Yeah. I mean, that's where probably that confidence and independence that we talked about in the early days comes to the fold. Like, that has just never even occurred to me. I'm always like, you know, if I could find somebody that's great who can take on something that I am currently doing poorly or maybe even well, but can nail it, great. I have more founder time. Awesome. Like, it's just not ever something that even crosses my mind that that person might threaten me, that person might. And by the way, and I have confidence in my own ability to reach those people, that I've never seen a situation where a leader comes in any way I feel more insecure or more lacking in confidence. It might mean my job changes, but I welcome that.
I think it might be a little different as CEO, where I think you might have a little bit more surety. I know the board might say differently, but let's just bring that down a couple levels. You're a senior manager or a director. You're building a team. Should you have that same, this is going to sound like a stupid question, but should you have that same level of confidence? Because I've personally worked for teams and I've personally seen people build a room full of people that need them, right? And a room full of, baby ducklings that you must feed them. And that's the only people I'll hire versus better people. How do you avoid that then? And like, how would you recommend a director break from that then?
Well, I mean, I think the guiding motivation should be two fairly simple things, or maybe three. I'd ask three questions as I was putting a team together. Number one, is this team member, does this team member increase the probability of me achieving the outcomes I'm set here to achieve dramatically? If no, marginal hire. If yes, great. Number two, am I leading this team in such a way that it basically means that my boss doesn't have to do anything? Because those are the best people, the people that literally don't need their boss. And number three, am I leading this team in such a way that I could be out of a job and we'd be good? Like, I've solved the problem or I have the team member to take the problem. And weirdly, what happens to people who lead in those three ways is they get unlimited opportunity. And so instead of the mindset of scarcity, which is like, oh, okay, this person might disempower me in some way. Weirdly, the more you take this approach, the more people come to those kinds of individuals like, can you take on this? Can you take on this? Can you take on this? And pretty soon they rise like this.
Yeah. That was my next question. And that is the absolute key of where do you see that, what happens next? And for people listening, once again, and managers, I implore you to, to take those three and to build your teams that way, because the other way doesn't help. It doesn't help the people that you're trying to serve as well. All right, let's move to the next segment. This is the playbook, and I want to talk more now specifically about how to be great at your job. This is more selfishly for myself too, and that's the reason why I started this podcast.